Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so sorry, I know it's been a very long time I showed my face. For all the people that have supported me, encouraged me to continue, I'm grateful and I am back. Yes, Life Lessons with Blessings, we're back. In this channel, we narrate movies and try to learn lessons from it. We also uh, talk about life stories, what we see happening around, and try to derive lessons from it. For my first time to subscribe, no. If you're new to my channel, if you're seeing this face for the first time, welcome to my channel. For my returning subscribers, I love you all and I hope that you enjoy my stories and I try my best to keep coming here. Let's get to today's story. So today we're talking about the movie Tehilah. It was produced by the Nollywood couple Stan and Blessing Nze. Yeah, she's my namesake, Blessing. Blessing Jessica Obasi Nze now. Lolo. Yes. So this beautiful movie was produced by this couple, and before I go into the movie, I watched let me just narrate a little thing. I watched some clips because the movie they promoted it real well. I would say kudos to them, and then they tried to share lessons even before the movie came out. And there's a lot to learn. So let's dive into the movie before we go to the lessons. I'll just give us a summary. This movie, Tehilah, was about a lady who was married but had issues with conception. Yeah, she's a waiting mom. Let me use that word. She's a waiting mom trying to get pregnant, give birth, but it wasn't working. She and her husband resorted to trying IVFs. They did different IVF, I think four IVFs, and they all failed. So the doctor tried to suggest some other method. And he suggested that they get a donor, someone to donate eggs to this couple. So the doctor was suggesting an egg donor so they could try fertilizing these eggs from the donor with the husband's sperm. And this didn't sit well with the wife. She said that means she won't have any biological rights over the child if that IVF or whatever means works. She wasn't happy about that. She wasn't happy. She wasn't going to buy that opinion at all. She was like, okay, why don't you use my eggs and then use someone else's sperm to make it even, right? So they know how she really feels. So she wasn't going to buy that idea at all. Then the second option the husband gave her was for them to go for surrogacy. She also refused. She said she won't do get the surrogate mother. She doesn't want the surrogacy pathway. She wanted her own child. But if her husband was willing to try other options, why don't they adopt? She was willing to adopt. At least she knows that when they adopt, the child is adopted. So the child will be neither hers nor her husband's. That way, nobody feels left out in the life of the child because they both know that they don't have any actual biological thing with the child. So she's like, instead of using my eggs, getting someone else's eggs and you using your sperm, or using my eggs and using someone else's sperm, let's adopt. Then the husband was like, adoption is going to take a long time because according to them in the story, there was like a waiting list of like 3 years and he wasn't willing to wait for 3 years. more for a child. So she got upset and said she wasn't going to buy into the idea of getting a surrogate mother or using someone else's egg. So what would be the option? What would they do? On the other hand, this lady in question who is waiting has a blood sister, an only sister who she's not on good terms with. Her sister is a believer, a child of God, who has been getting dreams, seeing herself in a dream where she had handed over a baby to her sister and her husband. She didn't understand that dream. Fortunately or coincidentally, she hasn't seen her sister for ages, right? Because they're not in good terms. The sister doesn't want to, that's the one that is waiting, doesn't want to hear about her, the younger sister, or not. So they've not seen for ages. And coincidentally, they ran into themselves in a church. So the waiting mom was convinced by her friend to come to church. So at least, okay, come and pray now. You're looking for a child. You don't want these options. Why not turn to God? Pray. God might perform the miracle. God might remember you this time. So after so many back and forth, she agreed to go to church. And then she went to the church and ran into her younger sister, whom she despises so much. She walked out of the church. That was how the younger sister knew, oh, she's in this town with me. Okay, I'll try and trace her. And then she traced her to her house, got her contact first, booked an appointment to meet with her. The elder sister, who is the waiting mom, didn't show up. So the younger sister went to her house and she wasn't happy. The elder one wasn't happy to see her. But this elder one, her husband liked the sister and didn't see the reasons why his wife, will not be in good terms with the only family she's got left. So he told the sister to come in. The younger sister pleaded with them to stay with them for some time because she was squatting with her friend. She just wanted to visit them and spend some time with them. And the elder sister refused. The husband insisted. So it was more like a tug of war. The husband says your sister will stay, and then she says she's my sister, but she's not my friend. I don't want her to stay, that kind of thing. So she didn't want the sister to stay. But long story short, the sister stayed and then overheard them making an argument about childbearing because she's been trying to understand the dream she's been having. So she prayed for God to make it clearer, and then she found herself in her sister's home, and then she overheard her sister and husband arguing about whose child, how to go about it, what do you do, and all. And then she walked up to them and said, can I ask you for a favor? Would you permit me to be your surrogate mother? In fact, I'm willing to donate my eggs. I'm willing to be the donor and the surrogate at the same time. If you were the one, would you really do it? Because that's like the quiz in this movie. That's like the rhetorical question or the question everybody's asking. Can you carry your sister's child? Can you be a surrogate mother for your sister? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. So back to the movie. After some back and forth, the couple agreed. They tried to dissuade the younger sister. They were like, yeah, your life, especially the husband. You have your life ahead of you. Why would you want to get pregnant and carry a child for us? You're not even married. But she was sure. She was so sure that that was the clarity she wanted. That was what she was seeing in her dreams. That's what God wanted her to do. She was so sure. So sure I have never seen. She was so sure it was God telling her to go be the surrogate. Her friend tried to discourage her, but she said no, she's going to do it. So the moment they agreed, she went for it. She got pregnant. The IVF worked this time, and she got pregnant. That was when her sister opened up a little bit, to her. Told her thank you and started thinking of her. So she had to live with them. They looked after her. So that's what the movie is really about. And then people kept asking, are you asking the lady, that the younger one, are you okay? Are you crazy? Why would you think about going to have a child? Do you know, when I watched this movie, I asked my husband, would you let me would you let I asked him, I didn't say would you let me anyway. I said to him, my husband, would you let your wife carry someone else's child? And he went straight no. He went no. I'm like, why did you just say no? You didn't even think about it. It's like, because pregnancy is hectic, it's stressful, it's life threatening even. So I won't let my wife, you know, go for that journey for someone else. It's a lot. So you see the kind of sacrifice this sister was about to make for her elder sister, who didn't even like her. It's truthfully, that's really certainly, because some pregnancy, this journey of pregnancy is something that, my goodness, you don't even know what is going to end like. I mean, it's like just taking your life and handing it over to God. Like, I don't know what's going to turn out to be. So you don't even know what it's going to be like. And then this young lady who wasn't even married, didn't even have a boyfriend, was willing to go on that journey for her sister. Come on. It's I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. And nobody should ask me that question, because I don't know if I will be able to do it. I don't know. I can't say. I can't say. But the sister did it. At some point, she felt really bad when she overheard her elder sister talking about the grief, the beef she has with her, because her friend kept asking her, why are you not in good touch with your own sister? And then when she talked about the whole anger she has for her sister, all led to it, and the sister felt bad that, oh, I'm carrying your child. Here I am, carrying your child, and you still have this beef with me. Like, you still having this grief in your heart with me. So she ran away. She said she was not going to do anymore. By then she was already like 8 months gone. So she was like, she can't do it anymore. She's overwhelmed. She doesn't know if she could continue. But thankfully she had a boyfriend now who encouraged her and tried to make her meet her sister, and they made peace, and she gave birth. Before she gave birth, after making peace with her sister went to God and asked for forgiveness and made peace with God and her husband. Do you know what? When the younger sister gave birth to this child for them, this waiting mom ran out to throw up. What does that tell you? When a woman runs out like that to throw up in Nollywood movies, we know what it means. We know what that means. So that's to say, God showed her mercy. God showed her mercy. I didn't want to tell us all the details in this movie. God showed her mercy. It goes a long way to tell me what I learned from that movie, from this whole situation. Because this lady, the waiting lady, she said to her sister, everybody sees me and think I've been trying so hard to conceive. But deep down my heart, I am scared. to conceive because she had a child out of wedlock as a young girl. Because of that pregnancy, her dad, who was a pastor, announced it in church. So that was like a disgrace for her. She ran away from home due to that singular act. Eventually, she had a miscarriage, but she never forgave her parents and she never forgave her sister. Why? Because it was her younger sister whom she confided in that she was pregnant. It's not like her parents found her out. So she confided in her younger sister that, look, sis, I'm pregnant. And then that one went to tell their mom. And then the mom went to tell their dad. And then the dad, without confronting her or talking to her, or just went straight to the church and announced it, you know. So she hated her family for that reason. She hated her sister even more for betraying her by going to tell their parents what she confided in her. So all these years, she's had unforgiveness eating deep into her. Now, because that pregnancy was the result, was what led to the hatred between herself and her family, she became scared of getting pregnant again because she doesn't want get the pregnancy to be what will lead to another destruction of her new family, that which is her husband. I don't know how she got to that point, but that's to tell you what unforgiveness can do to you. So another point there is she said she's scared of getting pregnant. So if she's really scared of getting pregnant, do you think she has been sincerely praying to God to bless her with a child if she's scared? Possibly no. So outside, she's carrying the making it look like, or the, let me say, it's a facade of making it look like, yeah, I'm desperate, I want to have a child. But deep down, she doesn't want to have a child anymore. She doesn't want to get pregnant. So how do we think God will answer such prayer? It goes a long way to tell us that we need to agree with our inner self, our mouth, what we say with our mouth. Need to agree with our inner self for us to get results. You can't be praying for A or getting people to pray for you to get A, whereas it's deep in your heart you want a D. It won't work. Because it's more like your spirit self is fighting against that which you are saying. So you see, but the moment she made peace with her sister and forgave her late parents, because then at this point her parents were late and they died on their way to her. Died on their way to come visit her, to come find her, to that she died. So she blamed herself again for being the reason why they died. The moment she forgave them and let go, she went to God and handed herself over to God. She took in double blessings because the sister had given birth to a child for her, and now she's going to give birth for herself by herself. There's really a lot to learn from that movie. If you haven't seen the movie, I would encourage you to go watch it. It's interesting. It's interesting, and not even to talk about the background of how this movie came about. This is just the movie itself. It's really interesting. But then how the movie came about also, if you listen to the interview the Nzes had with Judy Kay and her husband, Minister Judy Kay, the one that sings, when they narrated a bit of the story that led to the making of this movie, you'd also learn lessons from what led to this movie coming up. So it's really interesting. I hope you watch it, okay? Watch it and come back to the comment section. Let's hear your own side of this story, what you think the story, the movie was about, or what lessons you also learned from the movie, and how we can put it into our own lives as people living on this earth. There are so many waiting moms there. If there are lessons they can learn from this movie, feel free to share it in the comment section, okay? And I would really appreciate that. Thanks for watching this video. Love you. God bless you. Bye.